Welcome back. I'm Joe.
I'm Parker. I'm pretty addicted to nicotine, and I realized that after I had a bottle of it wasn't the correct juice, but it still worked, and I was like, "Damn, this isn't doing it." And I went out and bought another bottle of vape juice. The government got so close to fucking getting rid of teenage nicotine addicts. Cigarettes were about to go out, and then whoop, vapes came in. Mango, woo, fruit. It was definitely on the decline. Like I'm not saying there would be no cigarette smokers, but comparatively, like when our parents were in school, like high school, versus our generation, if there were no vapes, because vapes started getting big when we were like end of sophomore, beginning of junior year. Like everybody started getting them because it was those summers that it popped off. I feel like I could look up the statistics. I haven't looked up the actual numbers, but it was much higher. The cigarette smoking was much higher in high school back when our parents were in high school than for us, at least. But no, I'm sure it would have plateaued. I'm sure it would have spiked up again once everyone got out of high school. But I don't know if vapes didn't come around, we wouldn't have as many nicotine addicts. We probably would have more just people smoking like dabs and shit. We just have a lot more stoners because I feel like kids are too ADD nowadays that they need a fucking something to fidget with, and that's perfect because or that's just my nicotine addiction talking. But I was thinking about you ever seen like the biggest person, and I've seen it in Fast and Furious too. But the person I saw it with the most was Logic. He'd always just have toothpicks in his mouth because he was trying to quit cigarettes. I was thinking about that the other day. I was like, that probably does work because you just have something to orally fixate on.
But kids can't vape in school.
Yeah, I know, but I can go to the fucking bathroom and vape. That's what I did. That's how I got caught with it because we were in the study hall bathroom. We were down there, and it was the tiniest bathroom. It literally had a broken urinal and a fucking broken stall, and so we were just three of us were in there. And the teacher comes in and he goes, "I can smell it," and then Tom just goes, "We're just talking. What do you mean, bro?" And then we got escorted out by officer. What's his face?
Probably undercover somewhere, infiltrating
Yeah,
something.
the fake vapes. I've also
Right.
been seeing that there was a seizure of like 600 or not 600,000. It was like 60,000 boxes and 200,000 Rick and Morty like disposable vapes. They seized it off of like a plane or something, and it was all just like fake shit, which that's scary to think about.
So this vape, the juice bottle, how big is it ounce wise?
Ounce wise, I think it's 30 milliliters.
How fast do you go through a bottle of that?
Honestly, now that I've actually been, like, thinking about it, probably, like, 3 weeks, and that
Okay.
only costs me $20, and I can usually with a bottle of juice, because I usually buy, like, mint juice or whatever, it doesn't burn the pod all that much, so I can usually get by with one pod to 1 bottle of juice. So, all in all, it costs me a 3-pack of pods is, like, 9 or how much was it, like, $15 or something? So, $15 and $20 for it's initial $15 for 3 months, so $25 a month for vaping versus what was it at the gas station? $9 a pack of Newports when you buy 2. Was it that's 2 or 3, so it's 18 or fucking $27. It's like, what?
So what do you think? If you to equate it, I don't know if you can. Are you smoking like 5 cigarettes a day? One, three?
Probably. I'm probably smoking, like, 4 out of the vape. I probably am smoking, like, 4 cigarettes a day. But I hit it because like,
So
when I
there's
hit it
way less nicotine in a hit of vape then.
yeah, because
Or
it's
is
like
it just
it's like 200
non-comparable?
it's like, I mean, like, I don't know, like, all this shit, all the I just remember the Juul ones where it's 200 puffs per pod or whatever, and then a pod is, like, equal to, like, a carton of cigarettes or something like that.
How many times do you have to change these pods or cartridges or whatever? When do you have to change them? How many
Well,
uses?
I'd say well, like I said, I could usually with mint juice. I just had to get, like, a fruity flavor because they had no more mint juice. So I don't know what the fruity flavor, but with mint juice, I could do a whole pot and a whole fucking, like, 1 pot and a whole bottle of juice, and that's by the time it burnt out. And so when it gets burnt, it just tastes kinda gross, and you don't
So
wanna
then a pod every 3 weeks?
yeah. So, new or well, 'cause, pods come in a 3-pack, the refillable pods, so it's like that's for 3 months there or, like, 9 weeks or whatever.
So when you get up, is it the first thing you do? One of the first things you do?
I hate to admit it, but yeah.
Is it the first thing you do, or do you reach for the phone?
No, I'm more so I get out of bed because I have to go and take a shit. So it's like I reach for both of them, but I don't
But you
check
walk
them.
into the
Yeah, I
bathroom.
walk into the bathroom, I sit there, and I'm like I do the deep breath, rub my eyes for a second, and then I'm like, okay, let's see what's happening on like I don't even respond to anything. Like the first time I wake up, because I wake up so early because of my
So the
cons.
first time you wake up, you hit the vape,
Sometimes,
but it's not regular.
no, it's not like
So when do you
if
usually
I go to
take
the
the first
bathroom
hit of the day?
when I like wake up and sit down in the bathroom because it also helps me shit because it's a diuretic or whatever. So it's like right when I sit down to shit. So like 5-10 minutes after I wake up,
Which is what time?
probably like 7:45.
So you usually hit it around 7:45 for the first time.
Yeah, yeah.
And then do you ever hit it during the night? Like, do you ever wake up at night and you're just like, fuck it?
I have caught myself doing that a couple times, but it's not a regular occurrence, and I'm like stopping myself because I plug it into the charger and I just leave it over on my nightstand so it doesn't so I don't like touch it. Because that's probably what's like what was getting to me, and because if you just do it in the middle of the night, you just that's an addiction right there. So
Have you ever tried to quit?
yeah, and I've been able to do it. It's like when I first moved down here before we moved into the apartment, like when I was living still at my mom's house,
Right?
I quit for like a whole year at that point because my ex-girlfriend, she didn't really like me doing it. So I was like, okay, fuck it, I'm just not gonna do it. It's just I need to have like a reason. You know, it's like people aren't gonna start a diet until they go to the doctor and tell them that they're fucking gonna have diabetes and shit, you
Mhm.
know? And some people at that point don't even.
How many times have you quit then and gotten back
Probably like
into it?
probably like only like 3 times because I'm because I always like slow down. I think that's more of like the thing. I'll just slow down
So you've done it pretty much every day since we've been
here.
at this place. Yeah.
Yeah,
So when did you start? 17? Start
yeah.
consistently.
Start
17?
consistently 17, yeah, because when I moved down here, I couldn't buy my own shit and I didn't know who would sell underage and all that shit. So,
In the 3 years,
how much
you've
money?
taken a year off.
Yeah, probably.
So you've pretty much been smoke for a year, consistently vaped, then you stop for a whole year, and then you start again for about a year now.
Basically, yeah, because that whole the first like, 'cause I moved down here like when we how we moved into this apartment, right? The season wise, I think it was like same month and everything. So that like went
Fall.
yeah the fall. So like that fall, winter, and then the rest of that like that year until like probably near the end of the year. It's like a year after I moved down here. That whole year, I probably didn't fucking do anything. But when I was still living up there, hanging out with you guys all day and shit, that's when I had one. So yeah, I'd say it was on, off, on. Because I mean, of course, because how it was for that year off, I would like when I'd visit you like up there, I'd hang out with Tom or some shit. He'd always have, one. And so I'd just be like, hey, let me hit that, and I loved it.
He
But
does
then
it too.
yeah, he does.
Does Mike?
Yeah. He I think it was a text or something, and he said to, like, the group chat, he was like,
Careful.
well, he was just like, "Man, I think I'd rather nicotine over weed." And I was like, "Damn." And Mike's a big, like, stoner, like, he does
I
all
guess it depends on the life you're living though, because if he's trying to do something, and
yeah.
it depends on how weed affects him. If he's trying to do something and he wants just the feeling or a calm down, then I
Yeah.
get what he's saying because you can, how you say, oh, drinking versus smoking weed, I could do it anywhere. Well, this is even more so, I could do
Yeah,
it
definitely.
anywhere
Well,
kind of
yeah,
thing.
nicotine's definitely anywhere. The key to like when people start not it's not a bad road to go down, but like when you're like a full blown stoner is when you just smoke by yourself. When it's not a social thing anymore, that's when you're like,
I
okay.
smoke by myself all the time.
Yeah, I know, but I'm saying like before, like when I was still living up there, it was always a social thing. I never smoked by myself. Then I moved down here and I was like super weird about it. And I'd always want to like at least FaceTime Tom or some shit. But then I started just
Because it
fucking
was an event. Yeah.
yeah, because I was like, "Oh, bro, let's fucking hit the bong together or whatever. It's over internet or whatever."
Everybody's got their thing. I just saw that thing about that lady. It was in the news. She I don't know why somebody picked her to talk about it. Like I don't know who she was or if it was because of a reason or if it was just a story that got a lot of traction, but she lost like 21 pounds in 3 weeks or something because she stopped all alcohol.
Oh
Cuz
yeah,
she was like I went into the college party lifestyle. She's like I slipped into that and I felt like shit. I woke up and she was saying that she just kind of felt groggy. She doesn't want to have a hangover again. It's like that's cool. I don't know if she's gonna totally stop doing it, but
yeah, bro. And also
in
like
moderation, I like everything's fine, right?
it's like you always think it's called a beer belly because it's like oh it comes from beer and like yeah that's worse. But dude, I'm looking at the calories of shots right now. 80 proof vodka is 97 calories a shot. 94 proof vodka is 116. Whiskey, yeah, it's all the same. So it's just the higher proof, the more whatchamacallit.
Yeah, but people take like 3 or 4 shots, right? Whereas people just sit there, drink beer all day long.
Yeah, true. But also, I guess if you're more doing it for like a leisurely activity, you're not trying to get drunk. It's just more like smoking a joint. Then I guess a beer would probably be more worth it because they're the same calories, right? It's 100 calories in a Miller Lite. Well, not all beers, but like my mom, she drinks Miller Lite, and so it's like 100 calories in Miller Lite and 100 calories in a shot. If you want to sit there and enjoy a beer, I guess it's enjoying versus trying to get fucked up. And
Makes
well,
sense.
that's how I'm with my vape. If I'm doing something, like if I'm at work, I'm not thinking about the vape. Like, yeah, I'll hit that point like at like 3 hours where it's like, all right, like I want to go and take a 10, or like I'm a like I used to go to the gym all the time and just hit the vape because like it's a fucking vape, right? And so it's like I'll hit that, but I'm not like fucking freaking out. And when you see me lose my vape, or not lose it, but just like misplace it, and it's like, yeah, I'm sure me, like, tweaking so much, not even I don't even tweak, like, that much. I'm like, "Huh, where'd it go? Like, what the fuck?" It's more like, "Damn, I just spent $30 on that," or however much money on that, and so it's like, "Damn, there goes the nicotine and all that money I just spent." Where if it was, like, a pack of cigarettes or something, it'd be like, "Damn, well, let me just go buy another pack of cigarettes for $9," you know?
I guess.
So that's probably why I tweak so much with losing the vape or misplacing the vape, just because it is money and then also the addiction. So that also might just be the addiction talking, being like, "Hey, reason it out." But I don't know. I feel like I can quit. I just need to have a reason.
Maybe it's not really even the effect anymore. It's just having something to do, to hold something to just the smoke coming out of the mouth.
Yeah, I was just cleaning up my room and I found my old boulder, the whistle stick, and because it's broken, and I was like, "Damn, that just feels so nice in my hand," because it's lighter than this, but it's longer. So it's like it's this one's like a little nubby thing, but the Novo. It's just, and then the boulder is long and thin. It's lighter, and it just I was like, damn, okay, I kind of miss it. So it is just a fidgety thing, and I feel like that's where the toothpicks come in too.
Or gum, people chew gum. Is that
People
still a
chew,
thing?
well, and they're probably also chewing Nicorette.
Patches, dude.
Dude, I saw this fucked up thing where it was like, I think I don't know if it was a girl or a guy that posted it, but it was like when you first start hanging out with your crush, and they like start sleeping over or whatever, and you really like this person, just start putting Nicoderm patches on their arms while they sleep, so that when they wake up, they don't know why they want to hang out with you so bad. Get them addicted to hanging out with you through nicotine, bro. Like what?
Yeah, man, people go hard. Please, if you're interested in someone in any way, whether it's to be a friend or a romantic relationship, no bodily harm, okay? Don't
Yeah,
be fucking weird.
don't fuck them over. Don't drug them.
And by the way, if you thought that was a good idea, maybe just stay away from people altogether.
Take a year off and just think people want to hang out with you. You'll find the right person. I feel like that's what so many people freak out about
Not if you're
that.
putting Nicoderm patches on people,
Well, yeah,
bro.
you're not gonna find the
Hey,
right
you
person
want to be
because
friends? You give them a hug and you just like slap the patch on their arm.
it's like a
What is
tracking
that?
device.
Don't worry, bro.
Don't worry about it. It's gonna, dude. Do you think they have that for like LSD, like acid patches?
This time it just sinks through your skin.
Hell yeah! You can do that with liquid Tylenol. You can literally just rub it on like a bruise or like an achy joint, and it will actually
Dude, you've
work.
been watching pharmacy stuff again?
No, I all my doctor's visits I just learned.
You just ask them questions about
Yeah.
drugs.
Yeah. I'll also this may sound bad, and I don't do it anymore, but I used to just not like rummage through the the drawers, not like fucking like actually picking shit up because I know it's all supposed to be sterile. But like I would just like open it up and look what's inside all the drawers and all the cabinets and stuff. And then I would like if something really fucking piqued my interest, I would ask the doctor.
Hmm.
They can't have cameras in a fucking waiting room, or
Oh,
not
it's a
the
waiting room?
not the
Oh, it's a private room?
yeah,
Damn.
they can't have, it's like a
Hopefully
bathroom,
you
bro.
didn't contaminate anything.
Dude, if they have cameras in,
There are cameras everywhere, dog.
yeah, I know, that's fucking creepy to think about. I always tweak out like there's
There's
cameras
cameras
in,
in here.
yeah, there's cameras in here, but also if it's like a camera at like when I used to work at Five Guys, so it's like if there's a camera in the bathroom, I'd be vaping. I wonder who was just watching me, but I knew how to access all the cameras, so
You ever wonder, you have that moment at your own house when you're home alone, you're like, "I bet there's cameras in this
well,
motherfucker."
yeah, it's like literally staring at a fucking webcam right now. People can hack
That's
it. Well,
different.
all the Ring doorbell or the like security
That
cameras and
dude,
shit, they
putting your
hack it.
house connected to an app, all my
You heard
locks,
about
my lights, that's
the
the
Amazon Bridge
dumbest
shit?
shit.
You heard about the Amazon Bridge shit? My mom has like 3 Alexas or whatever, right?
Jeez.
I know. I'm like, what the fuck? Whole house tapped. But Amazon came out with this thing called Amazon Bridge, and I think I already talked about this, but it's a little too late to deactivate it now because they got rid of the option. But let's say my mom has those 3 Alexas, and then the next door neighbor has one, and the person across the street has one. The Amazon Bridge will connect all those to, like, the same, like, network technically, so that it drops out less. So, like, if my mom's internet goes out, it can still ask a question to Alexa because it's using the next door
We're
neighbor's one.
getting intense.
Dude, and then they're like, "Yeah, you can turn this off. You can," and it was with Ring doorbells too. They're like, "Yeah, you can turn it off. Just go through the app and hit the setting." But yeah, we're disabling that option June 8th. So it's just gonna be on all the way past June 8th.
Man, that's what the McAfee guy said. He's like, I don't even use antivirus. He's like
Yeah,
you.
dude.
He's like, I just don't go to websites that are bad, and I change my IP address.
Yeah, you can have a fluid IP address or whatever the
Like,
fuck it's called.
what?
Yeah,
That's insane.
you don't really want a static IP address.
You're just not safe. I think people are just being like,
Well,
listen,
people are always
there's no way I can hide from this. You can do what you can. Obviously, your secure information, like Chase will take their shit seriously because then
yeah.
nobody's gonna work with you, right? But as far as stuff you have to do on your own, it's probably a good idea to invest a lot of money in. I wonder if those people are in high demand. People, they have to be cybersecurity
Oh
people,
yeah, for sure.
firewall,
The
the people
IT
that do
field.
all the stuff, IT people,
The
yeah.
IT field is just massive.
But it's
And
just kind of
it's not going away either, but I think people can't keep up. So it's like one person instead of us learning all fucking geometry, algebra, all that shit and or all the sciences in high school, it's like I would learn physics and you would learn fucking biology or something because it's like it moves so quickly that I can't focus on this thing, you know. So they have to be super expertise and like obviously like software and shit, you can just kind of have a basic understanding. But with like when it comes down to like actual electronic shit, not just software, like the hardware, it has to be. I think it's just moving so quickly.
well, it's moving so quickly, but also people are propelling it. I think they'll be fine,
Well, and
but
they have a team. It's like working on an animated movie. You have everyone works on a scene or whatever, and it's like you just do the animation. I'll do the fucking the coloring of it or the image layering of it, applying all the textures and shit, and then the other person does the lighting. And so it's like it is a lot of work, but if you're good at it, if you're a good animator, you just got to animate that one scene and make it fluid enough and then pass it on. That's all you got to do. So I'm guessing that's what it's like at fucking Intel and shit. Like,
I was just thinking about that, talking about how people wrap their minds around stuff. So a couple podcasts back, we mentioned that there was some groceries delivered to our neighbor,
mhm.
and they weren't hers. So she's like, "Hey, do you want some of this stuff?" And she gave us two 24 packs of water bottles. So we had all these water bottles in our fridge, and Parker and I have never drank more water in our lives. It's just more enticing when it's in bottled form.
It's
You feel
convenient.
like you feel like you're healthier. You're not walking around with just a cup. It's not cool to drink out of a cup, man. You need a water bottle. We've just been healthier because it's the aesthetic of it.
Because
It's
it's
like
also
blowing out the smoke from the vape. Just having a water bottle is that's why I'm
well
drinking
that
so
and
much
it's
water.
the convenience of it. I don't gotta fucking come over and fill up a cup, and it's like
But it's the same amount as a cup. So it's weird because you could carry the cup, you could drink out of the cup,
you don't have to worry about a water bottle if you put the cap on it. So I wonder
I guess.
if we just got our own water bottles. But I also don't like with
I
the
don't know.
straws and shit. I would They need to just make a fucking like plastic water bottle, like a reusable one that looks like a plastic water bottle. I would use the fuck out of that.
I'm sure there's one like that.
There has to be one like that, but or even like a rubber one or some shit. Not rubber, but like you know what I'm saying. I'm gonna invent it. Next up,
Dishwasher safe?
yeah, it's Silicon Valley technology. Full
Right.
circle, bro.
It's connected, it's bridged. You could talk to your water
Yeah,
bottle now.
it's Adobe bridged.
Make water colder.
Cold, cold. Just shout at it. It's like Xbox on, water, cold. The same type of deal. You got some people, not people, but some big trucks back there.
This is the busiest back street I've ever lived on in my life. We're at the back of this complex, and somehow all the traffic will come by here, and everybody's enraged.
Well,
The
because
garbage man will hit that dumpster at like 40 miles an hour. The mailman, he doesn't even register speed bumps, so you just hear
yeah, no, it's
like
like
the man
dun,
sounds
dun.
like he's in a giant skateboard.
Yeah, low key. All the other roads like in the middle, because there's like only 3 main roads, and so it's like all the roads in the middle are no outlets. So it's like fuck, I can't turn here. Fuck, can't turn here. Fuck, oh, can't turn here. And then for the garbage truck driver, those are such tight turns. And then they got to go down the no outlets for the dumpsters down there. You ever seen like the semi truck drivers try and hit that fucking like hit that turn so sharp? They'll like start to go left first and like swing it fully right. It's like whoa, because that thing just moves underneath it because there's a pivot at the top of the trailer, right?
Yeah, well, there's a little notch and it hooks into the fifth wheel, so you're just pulling it, and the fifth wheel is that little horseshoe on the back.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But you have to drive out, they can't just turn left, or else they'll pull that trailer
Oh
over
yeah,
the curb and
yeah,
over
yeah,
all the pedestrians, so they have to swing out and go straight out, and then they turn and swing that big trailer around, but you see people that's why people can't even fucking drive, you see these people in Jeeps and shit, they drive over the curbs. That's a Jeep they can't even turn out, they just turn straight up.
yeah.
Like,
I
it's
couldn't be
the
a truck
front end of
driver.
your car is the only thing. It's like, pull it out a little bit, dude.
Yeah, I remember teaching, not teaching like people how to drive, but like being there while they learn. And I was like, yeah, when you take a turn, you're gonna want to like if you're taking a right turn, you're gonna want to take it a little bit wide.
This is not some crazy shit like we're trying to do. It's a
And
turn,
I get it if
dog.
it's like a new car or some shit, if it's like something that you're not used to, but like I don't know, you got to get used to it after a while. And I feel like people do, but they still will be like, whoops, they just don't think about it.
Like when you walk, you don't just turn the corner as soon as you see it because then you walk into the wall with your shoulder. You walk until your shoulder passes and then turn.
Yeah. These people, they're all on their phones too. And then it's like they think that they're invincible in the fucking 2-ton piece of metal hurling on the street at 60 miles per hour. It's like, no, that thing you hit a fucking tree. The GTA isn't wrong. You hit a tree, you're dead. Like you know how the
What does
tree
that
doesn't
mean?
you know how the tree doesn't move?
Yeah, that's annoying, man.
Yeah, it's
Fucking
fucking
trees.
annoying, but like the tree doesn't move. Trees really don't move that much in real life. You saw Paul Walker's car just got sold?
No,
It was for his Supra, the customized Supra,
the orange
$500,000.
one.
Yeah, $500,000. That's insane.
What's the other one he has in that one? It's like a
The
silver
Skyline,
one with.
the Skyline
Is that the one I'm thinking of? The silver one with
with the
the
blue
blue?
stripes. Yeah,
Yeah, that one's cool
the
too.
Skyline GTR.
And then homeboy Vin Diesel at the end's got that. That's a Charger, I think.
Yeah, the
Is it a
old.
Challenger? Got wrecked
There's like
too,
21 of those, aren't there?
or 2000. Yeah, but that was the first one. That was the cheesy
Yeah,
one, but the
yeah,
story was good.
yeah.
1 and 2 were all right, but there's like 8 of them.
Yeah, no, I know there's at least 9. That I'm sure of. It's not about it was never about cars in the first place. It was about, like, robbing shit, wasn't
And he
it?
was an undercover.
Yeah.
I gotta go to work for
Yeah, you
4
do gotta
hours.
go to work.
Anyway, peace.
Doses.